A single pinky touch, a split-second waist graze, and one elevator ride that changed everything. Last night, Yoona and Chaemin turned the Blue Dragon Awards into a real-life romance drama. What was supposed to be a prestigious night of trophies, suddenly became the most chaotic shipping war Korea has seen in years. Because on November 19th, at the 46th Blue Dragon Film Awards, two names unexpectedly set the entire internet on fire. I am Yoona, and Chaemin. This was their first public reunion since Bon Appetit, Your Majesty, a drama fans still call one of the most addictive slow-burn romances of 2024, but nobody, truly nobody, expected their chemistry to erupt this loudly in real life. Yoona arrived first, radiant in a long red gown, breathtaking in a way that made the entire hall fall silent for half a second. Then came Chaemin, dressed in a sleek black suit that made him look older, more grounded, almost regal. They came separately, but fate, or something suspiciously close to it, led them to the same spot at the photo wall. The moment they stood naturally side by side, even before they realized it, photographers pushed forward, calling their names like a long-awaited reunion. And just like that, the Blue Dragon stage transformed into something else entirely. A battleground of sparks, glances, and unspoken energy fans couldn't ignore. Within minutes, fancams flooded timelines. Screenshots multiplied, netizens froze on frames, slowed everything down, zoomed into every millimeter, because something about their presence together felt different, too natural, too aligned, too much like a scene they weren't supposed to see. And then, the moment that made the night explode even more, the accidental waist touch. During the official photo session, Chaemin took half a step, just a tiny shift, to help fit everyone into the frame. A simple gesture, innocent, practical, but that one movement caused his hand to brush Yoona's waist for a brief, electric second. A fraction of a second, yet enough for the internet to lose its soul. From another angle, captured by a fancam no one knew existed, his fingers grazed the fabric of her dress before he instinctively pulled back. You could almost see him swallow. You could almost see her breath hitch. And suddenly, the clip spread like wildfire, hitting 1 million views across platforms before the hour ended. But the waist touch wasn't the only thing netizens noticed. Later, when Yoona emerged from the artist's corridor, she paused, her eyes scanned the room. She looked left, then right, and took slow, steady steps toward the section where Chaemin was seated. Not the front row where she was supposed to sit, no. The direction she moved toward first, was his. Lip-reading fans caught her whispering, "Where is?" The sentence hung in the air like unfinished poetry. Before she reached him, a staff member gently guided her back to her rightful seat, and that small, interrupted journey became its own storyline, because Yoona wasn't just walking. She was searching, and fans felt that, but the night was not done. Fate had one more scene prepared, and it was straight out of their drama. Back at the photo wall, when the cameras were shouting for them to face forward, something subtle, almost secretive, happened. Chaemin lowered his right hand. He extended his pinky finger, and without hesitation, Yoona hooked hers with his. A tiny movement, a silent code, a heartbeat shared. Fans recognized it instantly. It was the exact secret gesture their characters shared behind the scenes of Bon Appetit, Your Majesty, a promise sealed with the line, together, forever. They held it just long enough to be real, but short enough to be deniable. A chemistry that didn't feel scripted. A moment that didn't feel rehearsed. A connection that didn't feel like acting. And as if the universe wanted to scream even louder, the final moment of the night sent the fandom into complete meltdown. A blurry basement parking fancam, grainy, shaky, imperfect, captured Yoona and Chaemin entering the same elevator with staff. The door almost closed, until Chaemin's hand shot out, stopping it, letting Yoona enter first. Such a small gesture, but for fans, it was the kind of natural, protective instinct you show toward someone you're deeply comfortable with. The elevator went up to the same floor, something unusual, since SM artists typically use a separate route. Rumors instantly formed, speculations spiraled, threads multiplied in every language. By the time the elevator doors closed online, the hashtag was already exploding. Within minutes, hashtag Blue Dragon Yoonman skyrocketed to the #1 national trend on X Korea. And the comments were, unfiltered. This is not acting anymore. They're literally finding each other in a crowd of hundreds. Dispatch, please wake up. This is urgent. What shocked everyone most wasn't the fans' reactions, those were expected. It was the accounts that usually mocked shippers, now sounding confused, unsure, shaken, by the sheer consistency of these tiny, intimate moments happening in one night. People began stitching timelines together, the waist touch, the seat search moment, the pinky link, the elevator, the glances, the proximity, the ease. It was too much to ignore, but too real to confidently explain. By midnight, discourse spread across fandom spaces, K-drama viewers, Yoona fans, rookie actor watchers, even casual entertainment followers were suddenly invested. The narrative was too cinematic, too perfectly paced, too emotionally loaded, and perhaps that's why the Blue Dragon Film Awards 2025 might be remembered for more than Just winners. It became the night a fictional romance stepped outside the screen and breathed. For some, it was coincidence. For others, a storyline. But for fans of Yoona and Chaemin, it felt like history rewriting itself. And now, all that remains is the question the entire internet keeps whispering. What happens next? Will Yoona and Chaemin dismiss everything with a lighthearted statement? Will their agencies stay silent? Or, is this the quiet beginning of something real, something neither of them intended to hide anymore? Because chemistry can be acted. Chemistry can be edited, but the kind of natural alignment they showed last night, the way their bodies, their eyes, their instincts moved toward each other, that is something much harder to script. Whether it's destiny, coincidence, or the slow bloom of something still unspoken. The world is watching them now, not as co-stars, not as characters, but as two people whose connection refuses to fade. And maybe that's why this story feels different. Because for the first time, the line between drama and reality isn't blurred. It feels crossed. So as the industry holds its breath, and fans replay every frame over and over again, only one truth remains. If last night was any indication, the chemistry we once called fictional might now be writing its own script. And until we hear anything official, every heartbeat, every glance, every pinky touch will keep the world wondering, was Blue Dragon 2025 the night Yoona and Chaemin finally stepped out of the drama and into something real?